Have you ever thought how a small audio signal from your phone, microphone, or music player becomes powerful enough to drive a speaker or transmit over a long distance? The answer is power amplifier. So, in this video, we'll understand what a power amplifier is, how it works, its type and classes, and where it is used. So, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So, in today's video, we're going to learn about one of the most important blocks in electronics and communication system, the power amplifiers. So a power amplifier is used when we need to increase the power of a signal so that it can drive a load such as loudspeaker, antenna, motor, or other output devices. So by the end of this video, you will understand what a power amplifier is, why it is needed, then how it works, and different types of power amplifiers and its applications. So let us begin. So first, to begin with, what is a power amplifier? So a power amplifier is an electronic circuit that increases the power level of an input signal. So it takes a weak signal and produces a stronger output signal with enough current and voltage to operate a load. So for example, a microphone gives a very small signal. That signal is first processed, then the power amplifier boosts it, and finally the speaker produces the sound with sufficient volume. So in simple words, power amplifier is used when small signal strength alone is not enough. So for example, like in earlier classes, we have discussed about small signal analysis. That means the signals that we have used for amplification through transistors or FET or MOSFET, and our requirement was get a signal which is distortionless, and we should get the full 360-degree signal. But drawback of those signals were, like, we can amplify the signal, there is no doubt, but the thing is we cannot drive any power from it. So for example, suppose if you want to drive a motor or drive a speaker, that requires power. So that power is obtained in terms of power amplifiers. That means we have to boost the signal level to a higher extent. So that means we are not talking about small signals here, we are talking about large signals. So moving ahead, so why a power amplifier is needed? So now let us understand why we need it. A small signal may carry information, but it cannot always drive the output device directly, as we have just discussed. So a phone audio signal is weak, but a speaker needs more power. A radio transmitter needs enough power to send the signal, and communication need amplification before transmission. So that is why power amplifiers are essential. So they are essential in audio systems, radio transmitters, wireless communication, television systems, and many industrial applications. So let us now understand the working principle. So power amplifier works by taking energy from the power supply and controlling it using the input signal. So here is the basic idea. The input signal is applied to the power amplifier. The amplifier uses the external DC power, and the output becomes a larger version of the input signal in terms of power. So the important point here that we have to remember is the power amplifier does not create power from nothing. So it simply uses the DC supply and produces a stronger AC output signal. So the amplifier acts like a control device that converts DC power into amplified signal power. So if you see the block diagram, so here you can imagine a power amplifier by this small block diagram as we have shown here. So where the input signal, then next is the amplifier circuit, and finally it is given to the load. So the amplifier circuit receives a weak signal from the input and increases the signal power, and the load may be speaker, antenna, or any other output device. So in many systems, the power amplifier comes at the first stage after pre-amplification and the signal processing. So next, moving ahead to the key characteristics. So now let us talk about the characteristics of a good power amplifier. So power amplifiers should have high power gain, good efficiency, low distortion, proper heat dissipation, and the ability to drive the load effectively. So among this, efficiency is very much important, especially in power amplifiers, because a large amount of power may be wasted as heat if the circuit is not efficient. Moving ahead to the efficiency and heat loss. So two main terms in power amplifier are the efficiency and distortion. So efficiency means how much the supplied power is converted into useful output power, and distortion means the unwanted changes in the shape of the signal. So in practical design, we often try balance both. So higher efficiency usually means less power loss, and sometimes it may increase distortion. So a good amplifier should give a proper balance between these two factors, that is efficiency and the distortion. In order to keep the transistor in proper functioning phase, the power amplifier structures are different from the normal amplifiers. So how it is different? In power amplifiers, as we know, there will be high amount of heat loss, or there will be high heat dissipation in the amplifier. So that is why the size of the power amplifiers are normally larger in size than the normal amplifiers or the small signal analysis amplifiers, because more the surface area, more amount of heat can be distributed and the cooling of the power amplifier takes place. Or if you see the power amplifiers in any system, whether it be your PC or it be in any other device, the power amplifiers are provided with cooling agents, or we use fans in order to keep them cool. So now moving ahead to different types of power amplifiers. So as you can see here in the list, we have various types of power amplifier which constitute of class A, class B, class AB, class C and class D. So power amplifiers are generally classified according to the conduction angle or the proportion of the input signal cycle for which the amplifier conducts current. So the main classes are class A, then class B, class AB, class C, and in advanced systems, class D. So let us understand them briefly. So in case of class A, class B, and class AB, so let's say class A power amplifier conducts for the entire 360-degree of the signal. This means the transistor remains active throughout the full cycle. So it is almost similar to the normal small signal analysis amplifier, but the difference is obvious. These are power amplifiers and those are small signal analysis amplifiers. The advantages of class A amplifier are it has very good linearity, low distortion, simple design, and the disadvantages is since we have linearity, so it has very low efficiency and less power loss as heat. The efficiency, as we can see here, is maximum up to 20% only. So the details about the class A amplifier we'll discuss later in our later videos. So now moving ahead to class B. So class B amplifiers conduct for 180-degree of the signal cycle. That means half of the signal is available for class B amplifier. So in this case, each transistor handles half of the waveform and the other half is obtained by using a push-pull configuration. So the advantages is we have better efficiency than class A. The efficiency is maximum up to 75% or more than 75%. So it has a better efficiency than class A, then less power loss, and disadvantage over class B amplifier is the crossover distortion which may occur near zero crossing. That means since we are using two different amplifiers, so there may be a crossover distortion. So in class B amplifier, it is more efficient and the distortion problem limits their use in some audio applications. And moving ahead to class AB. So class AB is a combination of class A and class B. It conducts more than 180-degree but less than 360 degrees. So advantages are like low distortion than class B, better efficiency than class A, widely used in case of the audio amplifiers. And disadvantages are circuit is more complex than class A or class B. So class AB is one of the most practical choices for high audio quality amplification. Then moving ahead to class C and D. So class C conducts for less than 180-degree of the signal cycle. And the advantages are it has very high efficiency, high distortion, not suitable for audio amplification. So because of this, the class C amplifiers are mainly used in radio frequency amplifications where the distortion can be tolerated or filtered out. Then moving ahead to the class D. So in class D, amplifiers are switching amplifier. Instead of operating in a linear way, they switch the output devices on and off very rapidly. The advantages are they have very high efficiency, compact size, less heat generation, and the disadvantages include more complex design, output filtering may be required, and class D amplifiers are widely used in case of the modern audio systems like portable devices and efficient power electronics. So moving ahead to the comparison of all the amplifiers. So if we see the class A has best linearity and lowest efficiency, class B has better efficiency but some distortion, class AB compromise between A and B, and class C has higher efficiency and higher distortion, and class D is switching type and very high efficiency. So the choice of the amplifier depends on the application. Talking about the application of power amplifiers, the power amplifiers are used for many real life systems such as audio amplifiers, home theaters, public address systems like radio transmitters, television transmission, then mobile communication system, radar systems, and industrial control circuits. So whenever a signal needs to drive a heavy load or travel over a long distance, a power amplifier is usually involved. So to conclude with the learning on power amplifier is that it is an important circuit that increases the power of an input signal so that it can drive the desired load effectively. We discuss what a power amplifier is, why it is needed, how it works, the main classes, and its application. So understanding power amplifier is essential for electronics communication and audio engineering. In our next video, we will be continuing to the detailed analysis of power amplifiers and what are the different types of class power amplifiers like class A, class B, class C, class AB, and class D. So we'll be having the detailed discussion on those topics, and along with that we'll also go through a few numericals. So thank you for watching. So if this video helped you, please like, share, and subscribe for more electronic tutorials. Thank you. So this is all for today's lesson on power amplifiers. See you in the next video.